Manna and Quail, Exodus 16. Welcome to our channel. Today our video is Manna and Quail. The story of Manna and Quail, found in Exodus 16, is a key event in the Israelites' journey from slavery in Egypt to the Promised Land. After escaping from Egypt, the Israelites find themselves in the wilderness, facing harsh conditions and scarcity of food. It's been about a month and a half since their exodus, and the initial excitement of freedom has turned into fear and frustration. The people begin to grumble against Moses and Aaron, longing for the food they had in Egypt and expressing doubt about their survival in the desert. In response to their complaints, God promises to provide for their needs. He tells Moses that he will rain down bread from heaven, manna, for the people to eat. In addition to the manna, God also promises to send quail in the evening to provide meat. This dual provision demonstrates God's care and grace, even in the face of the Israelites' doubts and complaints. God gives specific instructions on how the manna should be gathered. Each person is to collect only as much as they need for that day, except on the sixth day, when they are to gather twice as much in preparation for the Sabbath, a day of rest. The instructions serve as a test of the Israelites' obedience and faith, teaching them to rely on God's daily provision and to trust that He will continue to meet their needs. As promised, God provides quail in the evening and manna in the morning. The manna, described as white flakes that taste like wafers made with honey, becomes the Israelites' staple food throughout their time in the wilderness. However, some Israelites disobey God's command, attempting to save manna for the next day. They find that the manna has spoiled, filled with maggots and smelling bad, illustrating the consequences of disobedience and the importance of trusting in God's provision. On the sixth day, the Israelites gather twice as much manna, and miraculously, it does not spoil, allowing them to rest on the Sabbath. This weekly miracle reinforces the significance of the Sabbath and God's desire for His people to trust in His provision while observing His commandments. Manna symbolizes God's faithfulness and provision. It teaches the Israelites to depend on God daily and serves as a reminder of their need for spiritual as well as physical nourishment. In Deuteronomy 8 verse 3, Moses reflects on the manna, explaining that it was given to teach the Israelites that man does not live on bread alone, but on every word that comes from the mouth of the Lord. The story of manna and quail is a powerful reminder of God's care and the importance of trust and obedience. Despite the Israelites' grumbling and lack of faith, God remains faithful, providing for their needs and teaching them valuable spiritual lessons. The manna also foreshadows the spiritual sustenance provided by Jesus Christ, who in the New Testament refers to Himself as the bread of life, offering eternal nourishment to those who believe in Him. For more blessings and videos, please subscribe to our channel. God be with you. Balaam's donkey, Numbers 22:21 to 22:38. Welcome to our channel. Today our video is Balaam's donkey. The story of Balaam's donkey, found in Numbers 22:21-38, is a striking biblical narrative that reveals God's power to intervene in human plans and highlight the importance of spiritual awareness. It takes place as the Israelites are camped near Moab, and Balak, the Moabite king, is terrified of their growing strength. In an attempt to stop them, Balak sends messengers to Balaam, a well-known prophet, asking him to curse Israel. Initially, God forbade Balaam from going with the Moabite officials, but later permitted it, warning Balaam to only speak what God commands. As Balaam sets out on his journey, God sends an angel to block his path. However, Balaam is spiritually blind and unaware of the angel's presence. His donkey, on the other hand, sees the angel standing with a sword drawn. The donkey reacts in three ways. First, by turning off the road into a field. Second, by pressing Balaam's foot against a wall. And finally, by lying down in the road, refusing to move. Each time, Balaam grows angry and beats the donkey, not realizing the danger ahead. In a miraculous turn of events, God opens the donkey's mouth, allowing it to speak. The donkey asks Balaam why it has been beaten. and Balaam argues with the animal instead of reacting with shock. At this moment, God opens Balaam's eyes to see the angel standing in the road. The angel rebukes Balaam for his reckless behavior and explains that the donkey's actions saved his life. Humbled and realizing his error, Balaam offers to turn back, but the angel instructs him to continue with the same condition. He must only speak God's words. When Balaam finally arrives in Moab, King Balak is frustrated by the delay. However, Balaam reaffirms that he can only speak what God commands, setting the stage for the subsequent chapters where he blesses Israel instead of cursing them. This narrative offers deep insights into God's sovereignty and the need for spiritual sensitivity. Balaam, despite being a prophet, was blind to the divine warning, while his donkey perceived God's presence. This reversal of roles underscores that God can use anyone or anything, even a lowly animal, to accomplish his will. The story also highlights the danger of divided motives. Balaam's willingness to go with Balak's messengers despite God's warning suggests that he was tempted by the rewards being offered. In conclusion, the story of Balaam's donkey teaches powerful lessons about humility, obedience, and the importance of aligning one's will with God's. Through this miraculous encounter, the narrative demonstrates that God's plans cannot be thwarted, and his guidance must be followed, even when it conflicts with personal desires or ambitions. For more blessings and videos, please subscribe to our channel. God be with you.